we sent the governor 3 separate tax packages. And all of those tax packages, they were kind of mega bills. They had some property tax, some sales tax, and some income tax relief. In the property tax category, all of the bills that we sent her had a reduction of the state mill levy. There's a 20 mill levy that the state has in statute. All the money ends up going to the schools, so it's not like the state's keeping it, but it's a 20 mill levy and it hasn't dropped in forever. And so when the property values go up by 10 or 15% a year, the amount of property taxes from that state mill levy that's going to the school districts is going up by 10 or 15% a year. You know, we get a lot of grief on this truth in taxation law that we passed in my first term, which I love, by the way, which requires that school districts, cities, and counties, if they want to raise your taxes, you know, by keeping the mill levy flat and letting the property assessor raise your taxes, they have to have an affirmative vote that yes, they want to raise our taxes. And if they don't vote affirmatively, then the mill levy automatically drops. And one of the critiques we get, especially from our county, is, well, you guys aren't holding yourself to the same truth in taxation. You're not doing that revenue neutral that you're asking us to do. Well, I agree. So let's go revenue neutral, right? Let's lower the property taxes at the state level as much as we raise the property, as the assessors raise the property taxes. And that would be about 4 mills. If we were to go down to the revenue neutral rate, that would be 4 mills, because that's how much it's gone up. The bills that we sent the governor over the last, over the last session, all had a cut to that mill levy, everywhere from like a half mill, which I wasn't too thrilled about, to 2 mills, which I was super thrilled about. I would have liked to even had a bigger number. And the governor vetoed all of those. And so she called us back into special session in June to pass a tax bill because she had vetoed all of our tax bills. Some of them unanimous in the House. I mean, we had every Democrat voting for, with us to do property tax relief, and she still vetoed it. And then they jumped on board with her, which is why we've got a new senator. So the number one thing I think that the House and Senate leadership is going to want to do this year is that mill levy cut. I am hoping it's 4, but I'll take whatever we can get. I think 2 mills is almost a certainty. I think 4 mills is very much a possibility. And I'm of the mind, hey, we gave her her best offer when we only had a 1 vote, plus 1 supermajority, and she turned it down. And we ran on it, and we came back with an even stronger caucus. She gets what she gets. That's kind of how I feel about it. But we'll see where we can get 84 votes in the House and 27 votes in the Senate. What appetite they have. And this is not about cutting the school budgets, because we're going to replace whatever we don't give the schools and property taxes with more out of the general fund from income tax and sales tax. The reason the governor doesn't want to cut the mill levy is because 20 mills multiplied times those valuation increases grows a lot faster than 16 or 18 mills grows with those valuation increases. Whereas that income tax, that money out of the general fund that we would give them would probably only grow with inflation rather than at 10 or 15% a year. So that's why she's vetoed them, and that's why she'll probably veto this one. But I think there's a lot of appetite for that this year.